morning, everybody. How are you today? My name's Eva. I'm the director of the Scottish Yarn Festival and also the Scottish Folk Producers Showcase. The former of those events will be taking place again this September at the Dewar Centre in Perth. Today I should be joined by Emily from Hodgeheg Creations, so I'm going to send her a little invoice now. And I'm sorry, my laptop is on in the background. And I'm expecting a few notifications coming in just based on some information that I've just had. So, everything crossed. This should happen. So, are you there, Emily? Because I don't have my knitting or anything nearby to show anyone. There we go.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm not too bad. 3 weeks of no hearing now, though, so it's starting to get me down a little bit. But it's not interfering too much that I can't do these lives. So, yeah, we're going for it. We're going for it. So, looks like a few folk are joining us just now live, which is always really nice. But we'll save this for later on, so people who can't join us can view at their leisure.
Yep.
But for those who are maybe joining from my side and don't know who you are, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what it is you do?
Yeah, okay. So my name's Emily and I'm the maker behind Hodgeheg Creations. So I started Hodgeheg in 2020. So my other work, I work as a musician, and obviously a lot of that work stopped. So I was looking for a new kind of creative outlet and thought, challenge my sewing skills. So yeah, came up with the idea of making all my project bags and tote bags and just lots of crafty accessories for knitters and crafters. So yeah, and I've always liked animals and nature and being outside and everything. So I thought, what better inspiration can I use than finding all these lovely prints and things, and using gemstones too for my stitch markers. So yeah.
Yeah. I love that you mentioned that you're a musician there, and I love finding out new things about people when I do these chats as well. So, yeah, what instrument do you play?
So I'm a trombonist.
Okay, that's fairly niche.
Yes, yes. So no, I've been playing for a very long time. I play in a ska band, which is great fun, and orchestras and things as well. Always up for giving things a go. But yeah, it's I've always felt my crafting and my music. I've always been really complementary in all the different ways to be creative, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, there are a few of us. So I studied music professionally, and that's what I did way back when.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarah from Yarningham, she's a professional musician too. And Andre De Castro, who's teaching this year, he's a professional Baroque violinist.
Oh wow!
So there are a few of us in this community that seem to kind of cross over, which I just find fascinating. But we digress, and we've just started. So yeah, so what we've been doing, kind of theming these lives, is just bringing on some of the vendors, the ones that want to join us on a live, because not everyone wants to kind of do this. Sometimes it can feel as if you're a wee bit exposed, but we're asking you to showcase us 3 things that our attendees should not miss from your stall, and then who you don't want to miss as well.
Okay, brilliant.
So what have you got for us?
So,
I'm sure you're prepared.
Yes.
You seem to be one of our really prepared vendors.
Yes, I've got everything laid out in front of me, ready to go. So, so the first thing I wanted to show was actually some of my stitch markers. So these ones I've not made in a little while. So I was going to bring these back. So this is my gem chip rainbow set. I've made a little while ago. So most of my stitch markers use real gemstones. So for example, in this set, we've got some amethyst and aquamarine and garnet and lots of others. So I've got that sort of style. Um, and then I've also got ones with charms as well. So this is a little bee. Um, and I can, yeah, so they're all on jump rings or lobster clasps, depending on your preference. And yeah, if anyone has any preference that they want to let me know beforehand, and I can have them ready. Please do. Um, so yeah. Um,
Yeah. I loved your way of displaying the chip ones there. In fact, that was something that I noticed when we got your photos through with your application, because we do ask people to include a range of sort of the different products, you know. So if you're doing yarn and fibre, please include fibre images in there as well as just the yarn. And
yeah.
you sent a beautiful selection of photos, and I did notice it's like, is that a wooden DPN that you're sort of displaying your stitch markers on? And it's such a clever way of displaying them. Yeah, they really showed
Yes, no.
up well to the camera
Oh,
there as well.
thank you. That's good. That's good. So I did feel like I had to get a bit more inventive on better ways to show off the stitch markers, definitely. Um, but yeah, no, that's great. So yes, then so the next two things are going to be new product releases, which the festival will be the first place anyone can get their hands on them.
We do love a product launch at the event. We do.
Yes. So I so of course I make my project bags. So at the moment I just have small and medium. So here's a wee small one. So this is a great sock size, and all of my project bags have a little pocket in them. So there we go. So you've got a little space down the back, and then you've got your popper. Because one thing, I don't know about anyone else, one thing I always lose stitch markers and all my little bits and pieces down at the bottom, and then they're just gone forever. So I thought, little pocket, keep everything nice and neat and tidy.
Yeah,
So
love the print, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone put a popper on a pocket inside a bag before. That's really unique.
yeah, no, I try, because I've been a knitter. Well, I've been knitting for a good 10 years or so now. I always like to think of what would I like as a knitter and a creator to make my products as best they can possibly be.
Hmm.
So that was one thing that I always thought, oh, a little pocket, and pockets are just great. They're really handy. So that's the small size. So and this is my medium size, and this lovely Highland Q fabric. Um, Again, with a nice pocket inside. Um, and so the new one, I've got my large size. So here we go. So this will be great for kind of jumpers and big shawls and things. And you've got the extendable top as well. So you just gives you that little bit of extra leeway. And right round the back of one of the sides, you've got, I don't know how well you can see it in this colour, but you've got lots of 3 or 4 pockets right round the back, so plenty of space for all your extra needles and cables and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, is that box bottom and that on the bag as
Yes,
well? That's what I
yes,
thought. So
yes,
nice, sturdy, sits down flat,
absolutely.
lots of extra space to get your extra skein, because you might need an emergency project as well as the project they've taken with you all in the one.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, all the bags are box bottom just to give that extra sturdiness. Yeah.
Fabulous.
So yes.
And I
Uh,
love your choice of prints as well. I mean, your Highland Coo, I mean, that's quintessentially Scottish, isn't
yes.
it? But the mountain print is absolutely gorgeous as well, with those shades of blue and the floral. So you're really kind of catering to everyone.
Yeah. So everything I make, I always make in quite small batches, so that I can just give lots of choice, because I always find so many beautiful prints and fabrics that I just want to try them all. And I just love giving everybody lots of choice. So on that note, I've got a few fabrics here, of ones that I'm planning on making and bringing. So I've got this lovely sunflower, um, and then again on a bit on the Scottish theme, we've got some stags and deer, and this beautiful, I think this is a Liberty fabric. Um,
Oh, with the bees on it as well, yeah.
so yeah, these are a few that I'll have ready and waiting for people
Yeah.
in September.
Little heart reactions going up there when you're showing off the fabrics. I think you made some good choices there, which is always good. I mean, you go with your heart, your own heart, and what you're drawn to, and then you hope that people are gonna like it. But it looks like you made some decent choices there.
Good. Oh, I'm glad. Yes. Um, so that's that. And then the third thing that I'm going to have, I'm very excited about this one, um, is I have created a needle case.
Ooh.
So folds up into this nice wee book. So it's kind of an all-in-one. So if I open it up, I can show you. So here we go. So you've got space for your interchangeables, your circulars, and space for your cables or anything extra. And one of my favourite things about this, on the end, you have a big pocket, a zippy pocket for all your other. So I've got some more cables, my needle gauge, and stoppers and things like that in there to keep it nice and secure. So yes, um, still a bit of a prototype, but it will all be ready for September, and then just fold it, and it's got a little button closure like that.
That's a brilliant idea. I don't think I've ever seen one that's got a pocket in the side as well. And I think it's probably just, I think people that have kind of gone and studied music at like it's going to sound elitist. It's not like, not so much like a higher level, but like at a professional level. I think that creative led thinking is very different. A bit like people who kind of like go and do art at a higher education level and things. I think your problem solving creative mindset's a bit different when it comes to then transferring those skills over and looking at something. And yeah, I think that's a genius idea to kind of have the pocket with the wee zip down there. And I mean, you probably wouldn't even notice it. It wasn't until you kind of like pointed it out that, oh yeah, and there's this bit here. And I love how you've got that kind of like neutral background,
Yeah.
and it's not until you open it up and then you've got the block of colour and sort of the floral fabrics, and your colour choices are just fabulous, the way that you're bringing them all together as well.
Thank you. Yeah. So I wanted to make it as sturdy as possible. So the outside is a cotton canvas,
Okay.
and it's got some wadding in it, like you would use on a quilt, just to give it a bit of extra structure, and so it stays nice and, yeah, nice and protected for all your needles and things. Yeah.
Fabulous. So those are the three things not to miss from your stall
Yep.
when you come to Perth this year. Who do you not want to miss?
This was a very difficult question.
That's why I've asked it.
I think mostly, I'm looking forward to seeing those who I've kind of met. So I'm fairly new to the kind of the fair game. I've been on Etsy for a wee while, but last year was my first time doing in-person fairs. So I'm looking forward to seeing Susie from Lammermuir Wool, see her again, catch up, and Belinda as well from Zakami, who I obviously met at the reveal day.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, that'll be nice. But I think from a kind of on my shopping list, um, I'm definitely looking forward to going to see John from Dystopic Fibre. I've always loved his colours, so I can definitely see myself coming away with a couple of skeins from him.
Good. He's supposed to be coming on and doing a live with me tomorrow, so I need
Oh,
to double check that that's all still good.
yeah, yeah. So, no, I'm
Good.
very much looking forward to it. It's yeah,
Oh,
gonna
we're
be
looking forward to welcoming you, and it was so lovely that you were able to kind of come and join us on a reveal day for a reveal day party with
mm,
Zakami and everyone. It was just a joy to meet you in person, and I don't always get the opportunity because I'm working at the festival,
mhm.
and trying to be all things to all people, so I don't really get the chance to kind of like sit down and chat with the vendors or the public that much. So it's lovely when we have the events like that, the reveal day, where I can just kind of go and be myself to an extent, or when we're having these wee lives, just kind of get a chat and learn a wee bit more about people, and I think that's why people kind of like the lives. So learning that you're also a professional musician, and kind of coming in with that and get the chance to show your prototype, whereas not everyone's going to get the chance or might not think to stop at your stall
Mhm.
or think to pick up a particular product or to have a good look about. So really do appreciate you taking your time, coming on, letting us learn a little bit more about yourself, and just seeing a wee bit more of an insight into your creative practice and what you've been up to kind of share.
No, thank you very much for having me. I'm yeah, looking forward to it.
Not at all. So you do have an online shop. You're still on Etsy. So
Yes, that's
you don't have a standalone shop. So if you are watching this live and you're unable to come in person for whatever reason, although we desperately do want you to come and join us, because obviously there's nothing quite like the atmosphere of our event. But if you can't join us, or you can't wait to get your hands on some of Emily's wonderful creations, do go and check Hodgeheg Creations on their social media, go on their Etsy, and if you are making a purchase, please do just leave a little customer note saying that this is how you've found our store, just because it helps us to kind of like holistically track all those sales and such. It doesn't cost you anything extra to do that, apart from a few extra moments of your time, but it is so appreciated by us and by our vendors that if you are buying ahead, or you're watching this maybe months after the event, and you're then coming across Emily then and you make that purchase, to kind of please just make a wee note of that.
yeah. No, it'll be like lovely to hear from people. Yeah.
So I am going to let you get back to your sewing machine, because it looks like you've got a fair amount of fabric that you're needing to work through there.
Definitely.
And we're only 40 odd days left to go, not to panic anyone. Tickets for the festival are available on the Scottish Yarn Festival website just now. We will have a limited number in the door, but we can't predict how many folk will turn up without tickets. So we would always advise that if you want to come, you go and get those in advance. And I will speak to you later, Emily, and I'll see you all later as well.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.